got it work, Janice. So, how are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing very good today. I'm feeling inspired, uplifted, and just very ready for vacation.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's epic. That's amazing. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Well, so welcome to the show. It is so cool and amazing and badass and awesome. I mean, I can go all night saying nothing but epic stuff because you're totally epic here. So welcome. It's so amazing. And starting with the whole interview now. Tell me, how your acting career started?
My acting career started by accident.
Okay.
So yeah, I was at recess in like middle school, I'd say, sixth grade. And my friend James Vernola comes in and says, "Hey, aren't you supposed to be in choir?" And I was like, "Choir? What do you mean?" And they're like, "Oh, come join us." So I was like, "Okay." So that's how I ended up hanging out with the choir kids and then auditioning for the musical, which then it kind of spiraled it into my acting career, really. The same thing happened in high school. I was going to try out for soccer, and he said, "Hey, are you trying out for the play?" And there I went, and that's kind of how it all started.
That is so cool, and the fact that everything happened like so spontaneous. I do believe that sometimes those spontaneous things are the best.
Yeah, definitely the best.
Totally,
It's
so cool.
the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, that's so amazing. But tell me, like, what were some of the challenges that you had when you were recently started with your acting career? I mean, I think we all have them, right? Whenever we are just starting something new, at first we just don't know what the hell we're doing, and it's a constant mistake and learning, like this huge learning curve, right? So for you, what were some of those challenges for you when you were recently making your first steps into acting, let's say?
Yeah, starting off into acting, I really knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
My parents weren't really creative. My family wasn't, I mean, we were creative in a different way, but like not in the art sense.
Yeah.
My grandparents really introduced me to going to see shows like at the Goodman and Steppenwolf. They really got me into, theater culture. So starting out, I really didn't know anything. I started from literally the ground up, trying to figure out, do I have talent? And learning along the way. It was just challenging feeling alone for a bit at the start of it. But as you get more involved, you start to recognize the community and how everyone is so supportive and wants to help you. And I still lean very heavily on my community. Whether it be my alumni or people from classes.
Yeah. I love it. Now, starting with your career on theater, you were in plays such as Love Not Survive, Noises Off, Slasher High. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, it's huge, the list. But tell me, like, how you usually prepare before going on stage? Do you have a let's say, so-called ritual or something that basically kind of sets you off into kind of the countdown for you to start performing?
Absolutely. Something that gets me really into character before I go on stage is the what's in my pockets exercise.
Okay.
I learned this from a teacher, Elizabeth Burnkrant. She's absolutely fantastic. And it's what is in your pockets. Does your character, chew gum? What's in your purse? Is it your phone? Is it a 3-day-old receipt? That kind of small stuff really gets me into the mindset. Stuff that I could physically touch really gets me in the zone. And then also just the physical stance that embodies the character really gets me into the zone before going on stage.
That is amazing. And like from all of your different performances on theater, tell me what are some of your favorite ones? And also, what advice could you give to those who are recently just starting on theater?
Yeah, so one of my absolute favorite shows, which I gathered just so much inspiration from, and I just had so much fun doing, was Titus Andronicus.
Okay.
I played Lavinia, and it's not a role that you would think to have fun in, but it was a lot of fun. It was just, I mean, the effects, the combat that I got to do, and the effects that I got to try was really fun, and really kind of grew my obsession with like the theater magic that happens. That Titus Andronicus, definitely one of my favorite shows. That was a company, Babes with Blades. They're an absolutely fantastic company, and their Shakespeare shows were all female based, so that was one of them as well. Definitely my favorite show. I'd say for anyone starting out, talk to people. I mean, talk to people who do it, talk to people who you see doing it, talk to teachers, talk to anybody, because you never know who could lead you to a class that could, you know, inspire your career, or follow that person who said, hey, do you want to audition for this? And maybe you might end up with an acting career, who knows?
Yeah.
So just don't be blocked, like spontaneous, and don't be afraid to fail, just try it.
There you go. And like, how you usually prepare a character? Now you understand, of course, that depends on the role and you know, all of that, but like, what usually sets you off into this journey, you know, of character creation?
The first thing I do is I read the script several times. I read it for facts, anything that is factual, not opinion-based about my character. And then I read it again for influence. What do other people say about my character? And then I kind of try to fill in what's true to me and what's true to others, and go through the script again and go through it for emotion. What am I feeling? What am I going through in this moment? What's happening with my story, my character? How do I support others in this script? And what is my role in this script? That's like my basis, my foundation of creating a character. And then all the fun stuff comes up, you know, like what's in my purse? What music am I listening to? I love journaling as a character. That's something that I started at the Black Box Academy that I really, really liked.
Okay. And what are some of the things that you usually enjoy when you were in this process of creating a character?
I really enjoy just being surprised at things that the character does that I don't necessarily do, but are necessary to the story. Having to justify some of those things. Some of the times, like if you're playing an anti-hero or, you know, a villain, it's really hard sometimes to justify, why am I doing this? Like, this is such a horrible thing to do, but they are justified in some reason, and they think they're right. They don't think they're the bad guy or that they're wrong. And I just really like being surprised, whether it be good or bad, with the character.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is so interesting, you know, the fact that you are kind of creating someone, out of nowhere at the end, but you are kind of creating someone that is going to use your body, but at the same time, it's you who's performing it, but it's you that you need to go away for a bit so you can, you know, like put that character into work. I mean, it's a whole process here, and I find it so interesting, the fact that at the same time that you're doing that, you get into this very vulnerable place, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Amazing. I love it. And moving on to your performances on films. So you were in Date Night, Split Bottle, We're Out, The Wicked Witch, Jodie Foster's Gay. I mean, again, the list is huge. But tell me, what do you think it's important for storytelling?
What's important for storytelling is being so honest, no matter how good or bad people are going to perceive. You can't really worry about people's perception of you. You just have to be vulnerable and be honest with what you're feeling in that moment. I think that really moves audiences, and that's what really captures the story of what's happening. It's not always about what you're saying. It's about how you're feeling, or how you're feeling watching the other person go through this situation. Totally.
And what do you like the most about being on a film set? And what's the number one thing that you always bring with you when you have to go shoot a film?
One of the things I just absolutely love, again, is the magic. I love the fact there's like a handful of people there for two people just sitting on set talking to each other. It's really magical to have that support and see everyone's roles and see everything come together.
Totally.
Something that I most, sorry, that was like, it's got the midnight jitters right now. Something that I absolutely love to bring on set is snacks. I mean, things run behind. I love to bring water. I love to bring a journal to continue journaling as the character. I always bring my script. Those are things I really like to bring.
Mm-hmm. And now that you mentioned a journal, do you have like a journal for each new character, or is the same one that you have been using now for a while?
I cycle through a lot of journals, so It depends on how long the process is. I usually just continue though. I try not to waste paper, so I try to just continue with it. But if I had a series regular one day, that would definitely be like a 5-star, 5-subject journal, like one for each like season. I would definitely keep that all like together.
Yeah, and I also think that at the same time, it does help you out for the future to create like a new character. You can grab pieces from older ones, right? From those journals that you had. It can give. I mean, I would assume, right, that it will give you that either will inspire you or give you, like some fresh ideas, like I can do this instead of this, or put this instead of that,
Yeah, definitely. It's also nice just to have like a record of that too. Like these are all the people that I've been able to embody and have had the privilege to tell their stories over the years too.
Totally. And tell me, like, I wonder, like, how you break character. Now, I mean, again, I understand that depends on the role, right? But like, how you usually kind of sets you back into you. You know what I mean? Like what puts the character away, and you return to be you. Like, do you have like a process, or you just like, I'm back, that's it,
I take 3 very deep breaths. It's kind of like a ritual. I close my eyes, I breathe in my nose, out my mouth, and I do that 3 times, and I let it go. Otherwise, if you just continue to think about it or talk about it or just, go on and on in your head, repeating your lines afterwards, it's not good. You have to be able to cut it off somehow. So I just give it a few seconds, close my eyes, take 3 deep breaths, and let it go.
There you go. And how was that transition for you, from moving from theater to film? Because I mean, from some of the actors that I've interviewed, sometimes they will tell me that first transition from doing the plays to go on a film set, that it was kind of weird, because they were like raising their voice and using like a lot of manners here and there, and the director would be like, what the hell are you doing? So for you, how was like that transition for you for doing plays to go on a set?
It was definitely a rough transition, but there is an art to that as well, and finding your niche between each genre, even with voiceover too. With voiceover, a lot of people want to do that big booming commercial voice of, here we go, here is Ford. Ford is what you want and Ford is what you get. But all they want is something natural and conversational. So it's definitely a challenge. But one of the biggest things I had to learn was like, stay on your mark. Like, I'm such a physical actor. If I move, I'm going to move. And they're like, no, please stay on your mark and hit your mark. And I was like, yes, I will hit my mark, I swear. So
I love it. And what do you enjoy? I mean, of course that both are good, but like, what is between being on a play or being on a set? Like, what usually moves you? Like, what usually gets you like more excited about it?
What gets me excited about being on set or being on stage is just the people that I get to see every day. I mean, I'm such a sucker for like teamwork, camaraderie, and being part of a belonging, a team, someone who's just been working together to create something. That really excites me.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, that is epic. I mean, what can I say? You're totally badass here. I mean, I would have ended this interview by saying, this is Janice, she's a badass. You're killing it here. And tell me, if you could describe a movie or a play, why not, in which all of the characters you have played at the moment will gather for a party, tell me, what would be the name of that film?
All of the characters that I've played, that's a mixed bag of people right there. I mean, they're all a bit delightfully unhinged in their own way. I would say The Hot Messes Revenge Party is what that movie would be called, for sure.
I like it. Yeah, I like the name. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna definitely tag HBO, Netflix, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus. I mean, who knows? Right?
Sign it up. I'm ready.
We might have an idea here. I mean, just saying. That is amazing. That is amazing. But what if you could describe your career, your whole career at the moment, but this time on a movie, TV show, book, a play, even a musical? Why not? What would be the title?
It would definitely be a movie. No, no, no. I lied. I lied already. It's going to be an episodic in seasons because of all the, you know, different eras that you go through as an actor. But I would say she tries and she rises. She tries and she rises.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah. Yeah, you know, that sounds like a prequel.
Yeah.
I like it.
Could be a prequel.
Yeah, so cool. And again, if you could describe your career, but you know, this time on a drink or on a meal, which one would you choose?
Okay, it's definitely going to be brunch. It has to be brunch, but specifically chicken and waffles and Bloody Mary. You never know what kind of level of spice you're going to get with me. It's, you know, there's always a snack. It's a mixed bag of things, you know. It's got a little bit of everything, but it's all good together. So.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. I'm actually getting hungry, but anyway. And like, tell me, like, what motivates you? You know, we all have those days in which we want to quit. I mean, we were speaking about this before that you know, sometimes you just think that maybe it's not cutting, you know, it's not the way that I would want it, you know. And I mean, getting inside into all of these toxic thoughts, it's super easy. But what gets you out of it? You know, what just pulls you out and to continue following your path, which is acting, and you love it. So,
what motivates me the most in this industry is seeing my friends succeed and doing the things that I want to do. I know that, like, I know it's attainable and it can happen to anybody, but seeing my friends do that, put in the work, reap the benefit of their rewards, it's so motivating and inspiring. Like, you know, friends starting a theater company or putting on their own feature film. My best friend Lauren Park, she's producing and acted in My Little Renaissance Girl that's coming out soon. So like, that's super inspiring. And I'm like, you helped me produce my show. Like, I've had an idea of it sitting on, and it's like, it's so inspiring, and it makes you want to try, and it makes you want to take that leap of faith in yourself even further. Yeah.
I mean, I love it, Janice. I love it. And my last question: what can we expect from you in the future?
Oh, okay. So, what you can expect from me in the future is I'm also taking a leap of faith on myself, and I am finally putting forward a concept I've had brewing in my mind for 3 years.
Okay.
It's called Bloodlesque, and it is a theatrical burlesque experience featuring drag, theater surprises, spectacle. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very dark, spooky, comedic. It's going to have literally everything that I've enjoyed about this community in Chicago over the years in one show. And I couldn't be prouder of the team that I'm working with. I couldn't be prouder of all the things that are coming. You know, it's so exciting. So I can't wait to share more about that. But definitely expect that this year. We are at the Pride Arts Center in October 20th through 22nd, and the 27th through the 29th. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Janice, what can I say? That is super cool. That is badass, and yeah, that is really cool. I mean, the fact that, you know, that as I was doing all of this, you know, preparing the question and everything, and I was checking your resume. I mean, you're basically doing everything. You know, you are killing it here. I mean, you have such a long and epic career, and I'm super sure that we're just getting started to something even big at some point. I mean, I'm super sure that eventually we're gonna see you from basically everywhere. You know, like from continent to continent, everybody's gonna know how badass and awesome you are. Keep killing it, keep being awesome, because you are truly inspiring a lot of people, and also the fact that you're doing that, you're doing what you love the most. You know, as simple as it might sound, it takes decades sometimes to people to finally do something that they truly love, and the fact that you're doing it, you're making it happen, and at the same time, you're making it look so easy. That is amazing. That is inspiring. I mean, we both know it is not easy, but the fact that you're doing it, and you're making it look like it, that is amazing, and that is super inspiring. What can I say?
Thank you so much. It's definitely not been easy.
Yeah.
There's been so many ups and downs in the meantime too. You know, times of doubt, times of insecurity, times of like, do I just throw it in and say, screw it, let's travel the world and forget about this place. Like, it's yeah, it hasn't been easy, but it's definitely worth it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And also the fact that you have this community that supports you. You know, I think that the fact that you found your place in this community and they got you back, and the fact that you meet more talented people here and there. I mean, the fact that you know, like at the end, everybody's getting inspired. You know, and the fact that you're also inspiring people, that is amazing. Keep doing what you do because you're doing it perfectly. And also, I want to thank those who are watching this right now. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, I basically love all of you. And if you're watching this either later here on Instagram or later on YouTube, or listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast, make sure that you're following Janice on all social media. If you already do, fantastic. What we're going to do now is that we're going to put hashtag Team Janice and we're going to make her viral. Let's make sure everybody knows about this amazing, talented, badass actress that I'm interviewing. And Janice, before I send you off, I need to send you off properly with an epic send-up. If you have seen some of my episodes before, you know exactly what I'm about to do. If not,
I have. I definitely have.
Okay.
So I'm like really excited about this.
Right,
so
yeah,
thank you.
Let me show you that.
That was sweet.
You deserve that and a lot more, and we all know that. Then again, Janice, thank you so much. You're amazing. It was a pleasure. We'll see you in the next one. Keep killing it, and have a epic weekend.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Dan. This was awesome.
Have a good one. Thank you. Have a good one, okay?
All right.
Bye.
Bye.